Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Before we get started, please hit subscribe to follow all of my latest investing and personal finance content. And be sure to check the link on your screen for a special message from our sponsor, The Motley Fool, where you can find the 10 best stocks to buy now. All right, so today we're going to get into what type of IRA is right for you. So, first of all, what is an IRA? An IRA is a tax deferred retirement account designed to make it easier for the average American to save for retirement. These can be used either as a supplement to a workplace retirement account or as a standalone retirement plan. So for 2022, you can contribute up to $6,000 to an IRA or $7,000 if you are 50 or older. The IRS allows a $1,000 catch up contribution for older savers. Your contributions can be made up until the tax deadline each year. So 2022 contributions can be made until April 15th, 2023. Those contribution limits could go up over time. They probably will because they are adjusted for inflation. And in order to contribute to an IRA, you must have earned income or you must have a spouse who has earned income. For example, your only source of income can't be from investments and you use your dividend income to contribute to an IRA. You have to have income from a job or self employment in order to qualify. So, first, let's run down the tax benefits. If you contribute to a traditional IRA, you might be able to get a tax deduction for your contributions. I say might because it depends on your employment status and your income level. And you can make non deductible contributions if you do not qualify for the tax benefit. With a Roth, you don't get a tax break for your contributions, but your qualified withdrawals are 100% tax free. So it's really a question of whether you want your tax benefit now or later, and we'll get into which one's best for you later on. There are some other advantages to a Roth IRA as well. Because it's an after tax retirement account, meaning that you've already paid taxes on the income you contribute. You're free to withdraw your contributions at any time and for any reason. This makes a Roth IRA a really good choice for people who don't necessarily want their money tied up until they're at retirement age. There's also no required minimum distributions, which you do have with a traditional IRA. So, do you qualify? For a traditional IRA, the ability to contribute is not restricted. Anybody can make a traditional IRA contribution. It's the traditional IRA deduction that isn't available to everybody. So, if you have a retirement plan at work, you can make a traditional IRA contribution and deduct the full amount. If you do have a retirement plan at work, let's say your employer offers a 401k, then your ability to contribute is limited by income. And you can see the 2022 limitations on your screen right now. If you don't have a workplace employer's retirement plan, but you do have what your spouse does, it also gives you an income restriction, but it's a little higher, as you can see, than the restriction if you don't have a retirement plan. If you have your own retirement plan at work. For a Roth IRA, the contributions are income restricted for everybody, regardless of employment status. Roth IRAs were specifically created to encourage and help lower to middle income Americans save for retirement. So they are income restricted according to the limitations you see on your screen right now for 2022. And it's really interesting that if this is the income limitations to contribute directly to a Roth IRA. There's also another way you can get money into a Roth IRA called the backdoor method, informally, where you pretty much contribute money to a traditional IRA and then immediately convert the account to a Roth. One of the more interesting rules is that there's an income limit to contribute directly to a Roth IRA, but there's no income limit to contribute to a traditional IRA and then convert the account. So that's a workaround if you don't necessarily qualify for a direct Roth contribution. So let's talk about withdrawals for a minute. That's another big difference between the two. So traditional IRA withdrawals are taxed as income, just as if you had earned the money from a job. In order to withdraw money, you have to be 59 and a half years old, or you have to have a qualifying exemption. For example, you're allowed to withdraw money from an IRA up to $10,000 toward a first-time home purchase. You can also withdraw from an IRA to use for college expenses without penalty, even if you're well below the retirement age. If you don't have a qualifying reason, there's a 10% penalty on early withdrawals. In the traditional IRA, there's also the unique feature that a lot of people don't like. It's called required minimum distributions, or RMDs, and that begins at age 72. So at 72, you have to start taking money out of the account according to the IRS's formula. With a Roth, it's the biggest difference is the tax structure. Since you've already paid tax on the contributions, qualified withdrawals from a Roth IRA are generally tax-free. There's what's called the 5-year rule, which means in order to get that tax-free withdrawal benefit, your Roth IRA has to have been open for at least 5 years. Same standard retirement age, same exemptions for the first-time home buyers and college expenses, and same 10% penalty on early withdrawals applies. But remember, you can withdraw your contributions at any time, so that 10% penalty only applies on investment gains that you attempt to take out. So, bottom line, what's best for you? The tax structure is the biggest difference. So, traditional IRAs generally make the most sense for people who are in a higher tax bracket now. Roth IRAs generally make sense for people in the lower tax brackets now, or who don't want all their money tied up because of that contribution rule. You can take your contributions out whenever you want. So, if that's a big deal to you, then a Roth IRA can make sense even if you're in a relatively high income tax bracket. So that's the rundown on traditional versus Roth IRAs. Hopefully, you found that informative and can make a good decision for you. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to click subscribe if you don't subscribe to my channel already. And as always, this video is sponsored by The Motley Fool. Be sure to visit www.fool.com/Frankel to receive the top 10 best stocks to buy now.